Hey guys. Oh hey.
Thank God it's another oddly day and it's not the evening time. So Felicia will have that excitement in the video today. Thank you, Lord Jesus. We claim it.
It is Super Gold Sunday. Sunday, September.
It's September. That's all we know.
No, but I want to know the day. I want to tell them the day.
Okay,
it's September 10th.
Yes.
And so, yeah, so we're live and in living color. You.
We are not live.
Well, right, but
we are not live.
I mean, we're live as in this was not pre-recorded.
Yes, that's true.
I love when I have conversations, because I think that conversation is the key to understanding humans, and it also often gives me insight into my marriage and my man. And so I thank every single person who is transparent and allows themselves to be vulnerable enough to be transparent with me. And whenever we have these sorts of conversations on Super Gold Sunday, we always talk it over with whoever our, I guess, muse.
Our case subject is for that day, I guess. Yeah,
we always
our muse.
ask,
yeah, that's cute. Yeah.
Because, you know, we're married and sometimes, you know, things can get a little mundane and we don't have immediate issues. So I think that, you know, we just wanted to kind of talk a little bit to the singles and the marrieds on this video. So here it goes. Couple number A, couple letter A. Mm-hmm. Brand new couple, dating for a couple months, and the guy basically redecorates the woman's house while she's at work. Mm-hmm. And he sends her a picture of his
said furniture, and
she's like, great babe, thank you so much, I look forward to seeing you and the furniture this evening.
Bam.
That's couple number A. Couple letter A. Couple letter B, also fairly new couple, been together a couple of months. Couple letter A have been really on the up. I mean, they're so up that they're talking marriage. And I just get excited that I'm able to, you know, be in the midst of that. It's just beautiful to watch unfold. And then couple letter B on the reverse, also a fairly new couple, and they've been a little tipsy-turvy because, well, I'll give you a scenario. So the lady is like, I'm not feeling your crib, bruh. It's like, it's bachelorish, a little too bachelorish for me. So he's like, okay, babe, you know, go ahead and do what you do. So she goes on and she redecorates, she cleans, she changes blinds, she does her thing. And he's like, hey, you know, no qualms about it. And then on the flip side, he says, hey babe, you know, change your hair up a little bit. You're gonna do something different to your hair. She's like, what?
Okay.
What's wrong with my hair? This how you met me? What's the problem? So I presented it to my husband because yesterday, it's been a couple of weeks now that my husband has been making side comments about my hair. I've been wearing my hair in a braid. You guys seen it in the last two Super Golds. I've just been exhausted for whatever reason and just drained, and I really just haven't been feeling like doing my hair. It's
this
in a
time
braid.
I reached my fed up point. Well, not fed up in terms of frustration, but I was hinting at it but not saying it directly. So I said, okay, I'm over this. So I just said to her, you haven't been keeping up with your hair lately, babe. And she wore this real cute outfit and she said, babe, you haven't been taking any pictures of me. I said, well, I called you beautiful, like I kissed you and all that, but really what I was not saying is, yeah, I wasn't taking pictures of you because your hair's not done. And I want your hair to be done because you got this banging outfit and your hair's kind of like, eh. So, you know, so that's why. And I told her, and then she's like, whoa, right? So we have our back and forth banter. She talks about, well, I was still all over you when you had your hair done, with your hair cut and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But look, next morning, I see her, she pulls off the bonnet, and I see her putting the heat to the hair and straightening it out. I'm like, oh my God, this woman, beautiful, right? But not every woman is like that.
That's kind of why I'm thankful for both of these couples, couple A and couple B, being transparent enough to share their relationships with me, because for that reason I'm able to look at the A and I'm able to look at the B or whatever, you know, and go, well, how do I want my relationship to feel? Like I have this first couple and they're in my ear and they're happy and they're like, yes, this is what it is. And the guy, he always says to me that, she's just easy. It's just, I'm just able to get along with her. She doesn't put, up a fuss. She does her thing quietly. Like she's just a good-hearted person, and a lot of that comes with, she tells him no appropriately, but she doesn't battle him over every little thing. And so earlier this week, Sharif and I were having a conversation where he said to me, I want easy, like I like easy. And so I was able to reflect on a guy from letter A, and I said, that's kind of what he said in so many other words without divulging all his information. That's kind of what he said to me. And so I stored that in the back of my mind. And then I reflected also on the conversation with couple B, and where, this guy is perfectly fine with you doing whatever to his place, but when he makes a comment about your hair, you get defensive. And that's the one thing that the guy from relationship A says. He says she never gets defensive. She never, it's not like I'm fighting her all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Why do you think that the letter B chick got defensive?
I think that she's been she's been with herself for so long that she hasn't, there hasn't been a vote.
So who's to say that the letter A chick hadn't been by herself for a long time?
I don't know.
And
you just asked my opinion.
So in my opinion, I think that, and I've been on this trip, and I think this is kind of going to be consistent for the rest of my life. I think God sees us where we are. And if we're supposed to be the image of God, then that's the same mercy and grace that we should extend to other people. So these two women, yes, they're two different women, but you can be a different woman and still be the same type of woman. I think that these women are two different types of women.
I agree.
And so with that though, like if you have a female who may be more of a beta female, right? She's a bit more submissive. She's a bit more easy. And that works with guy A. And then you have guy B, who is having like this struggle with girl B because she's not that beta female. Like she may be a bit more of an alpha female, a bit more of a take charge woman. And so from what I was hearing, like I just think that she got a defensive because her mindset may be, you like my hair enough to date me, right? Now, why do you want me to switch it up? And a word that you use like mundane, I think that's exactly what relationships, they become mundane and monotonous, right? And monotony is boring. And you need to change it up a bit. Like you need to have variety in your relationship. For some people, variety, they thrive off of that. Like they need that like oxygen. I know for a fact that my wife needs variety. Like that's one of her highest needs. And if I don't allow her that variety, if I don't actively think and I'm not intentional in giving her that variety, then she's all out of sorts and there's friction in our marriage. And I should never take it personal, because at the end of the day, I'm like, I know what your needs are. I know that you need to have variety. So when I'm not giving it to you, for lack of a better term right now, I'm being evil. And and I know, listen, I use exaggerated words, but for me, I feel like neglect is a form of evil. I just do. Because like this marriage is pure. It was this institution, whatever you want to call it, like this is purely from God. This is an act of love that I'm supposed to show you how God's supposed to show me. And so it's like, if I'm neglecting you, then the opposite of God is enemy, and okay. I don't want to operate as such. So like at the end of the day, for woman B, what I would say is, I would say you don't have to change who you are if your man is asking you to change what you look like, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not asking you to change your soul, change who you are. But sometimes alpha women and beta women need to learn from one another.
I agree.
All men, I don't care if you're an alpha male or if you're a beta male, if you're aggressive or you're passive, all men at some point as you get older, you want a bit more easy. And I think that's what's everybody, but I'm a man. The same stuff that I was doing at 21, I'm not doing now in my 30s. The same type of battles, excuse me, that I fought at 21, I'm not interested in fighting now. You know, there's a different type of fight for your love that I should have right now at this point than what I did 9 years ago. Certain stuff that I don't have to prove to you because it's like set in stone, it's foundational.
Right.
And I think that, you know, guys, they just get to a point that they want to build the foundation. They don't need the foundation to be shaky.
Right.
And so I would just suggest that, you know, if there's any B women that's out there right now, like, you should adopt those types of principles from the A woman. I'm not saying she's a grade A better than you are. Not at all. You know, so don't get trapped in that. We're just using like those two letter scenarios. But any alpha woman should learn from a beta female. And I'm just assuming she's a beta female.
Well, what is a beta female?
So a beta female is someone who is a bit more, she operates more in her feminine energy. The feminine energy being like a more nurturing, a bit more soft, a bit more, she gathers. She doesn't hunt. The alpha female, like, she hunts. You know,
because I wouldn't
she's out there, she's
describe,
getting it.
I wouldn't describe couple B, the woman, as being alpha.
So you wouldn't?
No,
Okay.
she's extremely nurturing. She is very thoughtful. She's kind. She's generous. I think that, like many women, she can be a bit cutting edge. But I think that's why I opened up with saying, because she's been alone for so long, and I don't really know what the A woman, if
Right.
she's been alone or not. But I'm just speaking on the B woman. I think that she has been just doing her own thing.
So I think with that, and you know, please, like, we encourage you to comment below. I think if you have a submissive woman,
Now that-
excuse me, right?
B is not.
Right. Okay. So, and I didn't mean to say submissive. If you
But
have,
you're not.
if you have in nature a beta woman, like someone who's a bit more soft than like a take charge woman, right? But over time, if you say, you know, she's been alone, or what
Just
have
doing
you,
her own thing. Not really
Okay, just
like
doing
she's
her own
dated
thing.
and everything like
Okay,
that, but
she's
she's just doing her own thing, paying her own bills, you know, carrying her
Oh,
own. You know what I mean?
exactly
She's
what
just,
that is. Like, at the end of the day, you can be a beta female all you want, but sometimes, like with men too, women have to operate in their masculine energy too.
Right.
And I think, you know, the way that life goes, at some point, a woman who is, even if she's dating on and off or what have you, if she's getting used to her taking care of herself, her business, then like she's operating more in that masculine energy, and so she's becoming the man and a woman in one.
But
You know
how
what I
do
mean?
you? Because I know for a fact the couple A chick,
Yeah.
she on it. She got a great job. She own her own house. She, you know, she's doing the dang thing. She got about 3-4 jobs.
So I know what that is.
What is it?
It's, she knows how to do the dance, baby. She knows how to do the dance. She knows how to dance and go from being in her with her masculine partner, and then shifting, and then she tangles with her feminine.
And
partner,
then I
you know?
wonder, because I know it sounds like we're coming for the women, but then I wonder, is it because also the man in relationship A, he is super take charge. He is super like, I got you. He holding her down. From day one, he's been a perfect gentleman. He is making sure that she feels safe and secure. He's not pressuring her for her body. He is really like, and then on the flip side, B, he's a little more self-focused.
Okay.
And so I wonder if that's why she felt like, don't come for me, because it's really his show.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's a very sweet and kind person.
Right.
But he's also has the tendency to make her walk in that masculine force as well.
So like I feel like this is an interview.
I do, because I feel like you have
this.
because you've been studying and
Yeah.
you've written this phenomenal book, and you've been kind of studying the male and female and the masculine and the feminine energy for years now. So I do feel like you have a better grasp on this
Right.
than I do.
What I think, and I mean, please chime in, because I think that women, if they're with a man who is, and I know you said that he's a kind-hearted person. I'm not saying that his heart's not kind and that he's not a man of integrity, but if a man in certain areas that is fundamental for a woman, like a woman be, if a man is a bit spotty, and not making her feel secure enough to change her hair, then that spottiness is why she's reluctant. So she's building up this friction in this story, because I'm pretty sure, like, not a Felicia doesn't do everything that I want and need 100% all the time, but she tries. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you try,
give you pushback.
but she's not perfect, and I'm not perfect.
Oh,
And
tell the
so,
truth, shame the devil.
like, the thing is, you're in a relationship with a man who is not perfect, and if he's not doing things the way that you listed off in your head, then, and I'm just saying, I don't know if women be, if you're like that, or if any women are like that at all, who's watching, but there are women out there who they have like this list in her head, and if the man doesn't check off every list like every day, she has an issue.
Right.
And then she puts up
Right.
that friction.
Yes.
Maybe that's what a woman be maybe
Okay.
experiencing. Now, if she's not experiencing that from her internal blueprint that she has, if she's not operating that way, then perhaps she may be maturing. She may be a bit more mature.
Then the guy?
And, no, she may be a bit more of a mature woman, and not saying.
So you think that the beta woman is not?
So no. All right. So let me be simple and clear cut like this. What I'm saying is, the woman in scenario B, she may be putting up a fight because she has a list in her head of what he should be doing.
Right.
And if he's not doing it 100% all the time consistently,
Or most of the time.
then she has an issue.
Absolutely.
But that is not a safe or a good way of going into your relationship, because the person that you're with is not going to do everything right all the time.
Okay.
Now I'm saying that may
right,
be a
you're
scenario
right.
with her.
Right.
On the other side of the token, though, if it's not that, then I think what it is the guy is, like I said originally, he's spotty, and so it's like he doesn't go all the way. He doesn't give 100%. He's not consistent as he should be as a man. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, I want to do this with you, but I can't, because you're doing a dance, and your dance is you're going between showing me that you can be selfless, but then you go right back to that selfish behavior again.
Right.
And he's doing this dance that's making her feel that she's not
Like she's
secure.
on the floor by herself.
Yeah, and like she's on the floor by herself.
Wow.
She may be with a guy that she's like, when Luke is on, you dancing with me. But then when another song is on, like when R. Kelly comes on, you slow dancing with another female. And I'm not saying that that's happening.
Or
like,
by
you know
yourself.
what I mean? But yeah. Or you like, oh yeah, I'm just such a good dancer. You just having a party on your own, and what about me? So, that could be that too. But like at the end of the day, what I would stress, and I think that, babe, what you're stressing too, is for the women. Mm-hmm. Like the men, as we all age, like life is going to come. I mean, every day that we wake up, we're getting closer to death. Sickness happens, your parents get older, your children get older, and that happens with its own stresses, bills, 401ks, IRAs, retirement, like all this stuff is happening as you age. And I need this right here to be as easy as it can be.
Wow.
with the circumstances that we're in, because like this is forever, and our forever has to have a foundation. You know what I mean? And so men do want easy, like not for a chick to be easy, like, ooh, open up your legs and just give it to me anytime I want, and this is our first date, like not that type of easy. I mean a woman who's bendable, a woman who's able to say, yes, honey, I'll do it, even if she doesn't feel like doing it. Because the Bible does instruct the men too. You know, they're supposed to die to themselves. So I'm not saying the woman is just supposed to be the person to do this. The man's supposed to do that as well. As a matter of fact, the man needs to be the first one to do it.
And that's what I'm trying to say about on the other side of the situation.
Yeah.
It's like the guy is completely like he's laying his heart out there.
He's laying it out.
And he's laying his, money out there, and he's he's taking care of business.
Right. Which I would Mr. A could shoot me a text message right now. Hey Reef, this is what I'm doing in your house. I'll be like, yes sir, do it up, boo.
No, you
because like when a man is just when he knows what he wants,
right,
and the woman knows that, wow, this guy, like he's upfront and he knows what he wants, and there's no secrets, like he's just letting it all out. That's sexy. And
it's so sexy, and it's so safe.
Yeah.
It makes you feel so secure within yourself. I used to say when Sharif and I were dating, it was like he would get like $50 and he would immediately give me 25, and I'm like, dude, you don't have to give me your money. And he would be like, no, I want you to. And so I want you to have it. And so for me, it was like, I would rather be with a man who has $1 who's willing to give me 50 cents than be with a millionaire who's not willing to give me 50 cents. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so you got to find your balance there. I trust that. And I know that whatever you have, and not just financially, whatever you have, I'm able to get some. Right. And I know that, you're thinking about me when we're not together, and you're working to provide for us, even when you're operating in your man way, and I'm like, you're being selfish. Right. It's not to the extent of what I've experienced in the past.
Right, indeed.
And it brings about, it's why I've had kids by you, because I trust you with my life. Right. And so I think that that's what women need. But just to wrap it up, in close, I think for men, you have to know what you want, brother. Mm-hmm. You have to state what you want. You have to be secure in what you want, and you have to just walk in confidence. Mm-hmm. And for the women, you gotta bend a little. Mm-hmm. And go a little more, go with the flow, and then not in the ways that you think. I know a lot of women think, well, I cook for him. I walk his dog. Mm. Yeah, but those are your values. Right. I tell you guys all the time, if I never cooked another meal, my husband will be fine. Yeah. If I never parted my legs again, my husband will be fine. My husband needs me to submit to him. Mm-hmm. My husband needs me to say, ooh, daddy, you look so good. He needs me to post that on Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, and in his ear. Yeah. And that is what feeds him. It's not the food. Right. So you have to tap into your partner's love language, not your own. And so your values can't be held to your standard, but to someone else's standard.
Indeed.
As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes.
We hope that you drop comments below, that you share this video, that you like this video, and that you
subscribe
to this channel.
Indeed.
Okay, when something seems bad,
turn it around and make something good. Blessings.